Uh, we will discuss about the structure of the root of the neck. I will reflect the skin of the root of the neck. Here you can see there is on the both the side. This is a investing layer of deep cervical fascia. Along with it, there is a platysma muscles. This is a part of the platysma. Here you can see this is a from the sternum to mastoid process. It is a sternocleidomastoid. It is a sternal head, and this one is a clavicular head of the sternocleidomastoid. This is the right side, and this one is the left side of the sternocleidomastoid, and this one is the clavicular head of the sternocleidomastoid. So this is the sternocleidomastoid muscles. Basically, it divides the neck into the two parts. You have to draw the anterior midlines, and the triangle which is anterior to the sternocleidomastoid, it is called the anterior triangle, and behind to the sternocleidomastoid, it is the triangle, it is called the posterior triangle. But we will discuss inside the neck. This one is the clavicle. Here you can see this is a clavicle. I will just reflect the clavicle. I will reflect the, this is the first rib. Here you can see this one is the subclavian vein. Here you can see this subclavian vein, it is the left sided subclavian vein. This is a subclavian artery, and anterior to the subclavian artery, here you can see this is a scalenus anterior muscles, and behind to the subclavian artery, the muscle, it is the scalenus medius. Here you can see this is a scalenus medius, as well as it is the lower trunk of the brachial plexus. So and this is the upper and middle trunk of the brachial plexus. Lower trunk which is lies posteriorly, and upper and middle trunk which is lies anteriorly as well as slightly laterally. This is the subclavian vein. Here you can see this is a, I will reflect further the structure, and you can see here this one is both the side. This is the subclavian vein, and from the inner side there is a vein which is interjugular vein. So this is the interjugular vein. This both the vein are united, it makes the left brachiocephalic, and this is a right brachiocephalic. It united, it makes the superior vena cava. So this is the superior vena cava. This is the left brachiocephalic. This is the right brachiocephalic vein. Brachiocephalic which is formed by the subclavian, and inside the subclavian, before it, there is a drainage the external jugular vein, and here you can see deeply the from the neck, the deep it is the interjugular vein. Other structure I will show you here inside the root of the neck. This is the first rib. Here you can see this is the first rib. This one is the scalenus anterior, and behind to the subclavian artery, scalenus medius muscles. This is the internal thoracic vein which open inside the subclavian vein, and this is the phrenic nerve. Here you can see this is the phrenic nerve which is coming just medial to the scalenus anterior muscles. This is the phrenic nerve. This is the subclavian artery. It is the first part. This is the left side of the subclavian artery. This is the left common carotid artery, and between the common carotid and interjugular vein, this nerve, it is the vagus nerve which is come out from vagus nerve. This one is the esophagus. Here you can see this is the esophagus. This one is the trachea which is bifurcate at the T4 level into the esophagus, actually lies into the midline. It is the trachea, it is divided into the right bronchus and left bronchus. Left bronchus which is more angle than the right angle, it is oblique angle, and just below to the trachea you can see this is the esophagus, and below to the esophagus you can see this is the azygous vein, and here you can see this is the azygous system vein, And opposite side, this is the right side, there is azygous vein. It is lies into the midline. On the left side here you can see this is the descending thoracic aorta, and these are the this is the right side. So this is the all these are the right posterior intercostal artery, which is longer because the aorta which is lies on the left side. So this is the right posterior intercostal artery. This is the azygous vein, and inside the azygous vein there is a upper part, there is a drainage from the left side. It is the accessory hemiazygous, which is formed by the 5, 6, 7 and 8 of the left side of the posterior intercostal veins, and the other is the, here you can see this is the vein which is coming from the lower part. It is the hemiazygous vein, and this hemiazygous vein which is formed by the 9th, 10th and 11th posterior intercostal veins, which is forms the hemiazygous vein. It is the form on the left side. It is the hemiazygous vein. This hemiazygous as well as the accessory hemiazygous both are open inside the azygous vein, and this azygous vein which is open ultimately into the, this is the ultimately open inside the superior vena cava, but here we have cut, and this is the posterior intercostal veins which is formed by the second, third and fourth posterior intercostal veins which open inside the azygous vein, and first intercostal veins which is directly open inside the on the right side right brachiocephalic vein, and the left side it is into the left brachiocephalic vein, and superior intercostal veins on the left side it is directly forms the second, third and fourth united. It open inside the left brachiocephalic vein, remaining which is open inside the 4, 5, 6, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. It makes the accessory hemiazygous, and 9th, 10th, 11th it makes the hemiazygous on the left side, and it is open inside the azygous system, and azygous ultimately open inside the superior vena cava. Here you can see this is the thoracic duct. It was slightly cut here, but I will show you. This is the thoracic duct. Other part this is the thoracic duct which overlies between the abdominal aorta and the azygous vein, left by the abdominal aorta and azygous vein, and here it was slightly cut here. This is the azygous vein. This is one thoracic duct, and this thoracic duct which is open inside the at the junction of the internal jugular vein and the brachiocephalic vein on the left side. Here you can see this is the thoracic duct which is open inside. Here you can see this is the vagus nerve. This is the left vagus nerve. Here you can see, I will reflect. This is the left common carotid, and this is the left internal jugular vein, and in between there is a vagus nerve which is passes. You have to remember vagus which is come out with the carotid sheath which is formed by the common carotid, vagus nerve and internal jugular veins. Here you can see this is the at the junction of the subclavian and internal jugular vein there is a opening of the thoracic duct. Here I will show you the some branches of the subclavian. This one is the this is the phrenic nerve which is passes formed by the C3, C4 and C5 just medial to the scalenus anterior muscle. This is the phrenic nerve. This is the subclavian artery. This is the left subclavian artery. This is the internal thoracic artery. Here you can see this is the thyrocervical trunk, and it divides into the 3 branches into the inferior thyroid, suprascapular, and I forget the name. This is the inferior thyroid, transverse cervical and suprascapular branches. Here this is the vagus nerve, and deep here this is the vertebral artery. Here in this case it is directly branch of the arch of aorta. This one is the trachea, This is the brachiocephalic, and this is a right common carotid, and this is the right subclavian. And the same way, here you can see this is a on that side, this is a subclavian, right subclavian artery. This is a right subclavian vein, and this is the clavicle. Here I have cut the muscles. Here this is a muscle I have cut. It is the subclavius muscle. This is the subclavius muscles I have cut here, and it is connecting with the clavicle and upper border of the first vertebra. Here the same thing. Here you can see this is the scalenus anterior muscles which crosses the subclavian artery. Here this which is divide the subclavian artery into the three part, and behind to this subclavian you can see this is the muscles. It is the scalenus medius, and between it there is a scalenus subclavian artery and the brachial plexus which is come out. Brachial plexus which is come out. So this is the structure mainly you can see inside the neck of the root of the neck. Here you can see this is a clavicle, and the posteriorly the muscles which is come, which is the trapezius muscles. This is the trapezius muscles, and this is the sternocleidomastoid. So the triangle between the anteriorly by the sternocleidomastoid, posteriorly by the anterior border of the trapezius, and lower by the upper border of the middle 1/3 part of the clavicle, it makes the posterior triangle. And posterior triangle, here you can see it is further divided by the very small muscles. It is the inferior belly of the omoid, and this triangle, posterior triangle, which is further divided into the two part. The lower triangular part, it is called the supraclavicular triangle, and this is the occipital triangle, but we will discuss inside the neck. So this portion of the triangle which is the occipital triangle, and below to this it is a supraclavicular triangle. This is the trapezius muscles. Another thing I will show you inside the neck. This is the, we already discussed, this is the brachiocephalic, and this one is the right common carotid. This is the right subclavian, and here you can see this is the vagus nerve which is crosses the subclavian vessels, and this is the internal jugular vein. This is the come out from the inner side. Here you can see, and this internal jugular veins, subclavian and internal jugular veins are united. It makes the right brachiocephalic, and this right brachiocephalic and left brachiocephalic united, it makes the subclavian. Here you can see this is the vagus nerve, and this vagus nerve which is goes downside, and it is along with the esophagus. And here on also I have show you the vagus nerve, but this is the cut vagus nerve on the left side, and I will also show you the phrenic nerve which is slightly just medial to the scalenus anterior muscle. This is the nerve. It is the phrenic nerve which is formed by the C3, C4 and C5 fibers. So, and here on the further you can see on the lateral aspect, just lateral to the subclavian artery, you can see these are the branches of the root of the brachial plexus and cord of the brachial plexus. There are three cord, upper cord, middle and lateral, and upper trunk, middle trunk and lower trunk. These are the three trunk of the brachial plexus. So upper and middle which is lies lateral to the subclavian, and lower which is lies posterior to the subclavian artery. So these are the structure you can see here inside the neck. Here inside the neck, the structure, I think so you it is helpful to you.